So hello guys, it's me Marcela again. I'm coming to let you know that we're gonna make some birria today, and we're gonna my ingredients are gonna be pasilla, the chili, and then we have the red dry chilies, the guijimo, and then I have this mix. I usually like it because it gives it the spice and all everything together. So then we have this. And then you put oregano, Mexican oregano, and some bay leaves. And then the meat that I'm going to be using is going to be beef. So we're going to get all of this together, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to boil it and make it. And then as soon as it's done boiling and the chili is ready to blend, then I'll go ahead and come back and I'll show you how to do that. Okay. So while the chilies are cooking, chilies are going to boil, we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and put the meat in the crock pot with a little bit of water just so it can start a little bit of boil. And then once it's a little bit of boil, then we're going to go ahead and add all the seasonings. But right now we're going to go ahead and add the meat. Okay, so the meat, we put the meat in the crock pot, and then what I do is I go ahead and I add a little bit of salt in the water, a little bit, not too much, just so it could get a little bit of flavor. And then we'll go ahead and add some garlic salt, garlic. And then the garlic, we don't put too much because when I make the chili, I put garlic on there in the chili. So then after we put that in there, we go ahead and to mix it. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the spoon and get some of the water that's in here and just like put some on here. Or what I can do too is just get a little bit of water and just put some in there. And then after you do that, we're going to go to the crock pot settings and we're going to go ahead and select 6 hours. So we're going to go ahead and let that sit for 6 hours. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover it. And then back to the chili. So you see how the chili is starting to get a little bit hot. And then you'll see within the time how it starts getting a little soft. So then, okay. So then after the chili is cooked and I'm getting ready to blend it, I'll be back. Okay guys, so now I'm back and we have the chili and the blender. And then in there what we're going to add is we're going to add a couple of basil leaves. Okay. I usually add like maybe 2 or 3. Put that aside. And then we'll put some oregano. Alright guys, and then after that we're going to put a little bit of oregano in there. Not half the bag, but maybe like quarter. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the whole bag of this, which is the special mix for it. You could find this at any... So then after we went ahead and put this in, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of garlic salt. Okay. And then we're going to put a little bit of salt. And then give me a second and we're going to go ahead and get an onion. And there is cumin. Put some cumin in there. I like a lot of it, so, but usually it's half a spoon. Nina, please move. Go, like, get out of the kitchen. Sorry guys, I'm talking to my dog. You want to see what my dog looks like? This is Nina, guys. That's my baby girl. But back to here, she's always has to be where I'm at. So here we're going to put half an onion in. Okay, so it's going to be half an onion, cut it in 3. And then a little bit of ajo. And a little bit of ajo. I like the sliced one. Some people could put wholes in there or half. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put the top on here. Once I can find it. I found it. So we're going to put the top on here. And then I usually put grade. And you just grate it little by little. Because the heat will bring the top up. So that's why I grate it little by little. And then as soon as I grate it, I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're done with the blender. Usually what I do is I check it before I'm completely done. Sorry, kind of gets stuck because of the heat. It sucks the top down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a taste. What about Ben? Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste. And then see, you want it to be like a little bit thick, not too much. It tastes good. But my son, he loves salt, so I'm going to put a little bit more salt in there. And then a little bit more juice, so it won't get too, because it's a little too thick. So I'm going to bring it over here, and then I'm going to get some more of this juice. And then the juice of the other chili, and put it on there. And then what I'm going to do also is I'm going to put a little bit of the chicken thing for my job. And that should do it. But you know what? Let's just put a little bit more. Sorry guys, I'm moving my camera so much. I hope I don't make y'all dizzy. But anyways, while I start doing this again, what are you guys doing for Cinco de Mayo? I'm going to stay home and eat some birria. But I'm going to go ahead and blend this and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that it's all blended, we're going to go ahead and add that to the meat. It's really spicy, guys. I like my stuff spicy. So, and then what we're going to do now is we'll just mix it in really good. Not so much, so it won't splatter. So you know what I mean? And then what we'll do next is just let it sit there. So we're going to go ahead and let this sit there. When I check on it in about 2 hours, I'll be back and I'll show you guys what it looks like in the kind of the process. But other than that, I'll be back and see you in a little bit. Okay guys, so it's been about 2 hours And I'm just checking up on it, making sure that it's getting cooked, making sure that everything looks good, the meat looks good. And then what I do is I taste it a little bit. Perfect, guys, perfect. So I'm going to cover it back up, and we'll go ahead and wait a couple more hours, and we'll come back and check up on it. Another thing is, maybe later today or tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and do a bio so you guys can know who I am and introduce myself properly. Even if not, maybe I'll do it when we birria together. But until now, I will be back as soon as I have to check on it again. Okay guys, I'm here to check on the birria again. It's been a couple of hours. So this is what it looks like. A couple of hours, you see how the juice starts getting a little bit more liquidy. So what I do now is I try to take off as much oil as I can. That oil is what the, hold on, let me turn on the hot water here. So that oil is what the meat lets out, and you don't want it too oily. I don't like it too oily, because then like when it gets cold and stuff, all you do is taste that oil. Do you know what I mean? But if you look at it, the meat is getting a little bit more cooked. Oh, that looks a little juicy. But yeah, you just try to move it around. I was going to cut it into smaller pieces, but I'll shred it when it's done. But that's how it looks, and it's a couple more hours to go, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and finish taking out the oil. And I'll be back when it's a couple more hours. Bye. Okay guys, so it's been a very long day, but this is what it looks like when it's almost done. I think there's like an hour left. So usually around that time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shredding it in here, so that way it could be shredded. And as soon as I'm done shredding it, I'm going to come back and I will show you how I prepare it. You can make it in taquitos, or you could even make it in just a bowl of like soup. But I'll come back and show you how we prepare it. Get time to eat it. Okay. Alright guys, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make some tacos with the birria. So this is what I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I get a pan and I put a little bit of oil in it. And then we get the tortilla and we put it on there. Okay. Sorry. And after that, we go ahead and dip it in the sauce. Then you put it on a plate. That one torn a little bit. Okay, and then after you go ahead and you get the tortilla, and then you come over here, and then with a fork or a spoon, but I'm going to go ahead and use these, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the tortilla, as much meat as you like. Okay. And then we're going to walk over here, and what I do is I shredded some cabbage, cilantro, onions, and lemon. So I don't know if you want. So then usually I go with a little bit of cabbage, a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of onions, and then you go ahead and squeeze some lemon on there, and there you have it. You have some tacos and birria tacos. Well, thank you. I know it's been a long day today, but It was all worth it, and I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know if you guys do try to cook it. Go ahead and send me a comment or even pictures of what you cooked. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe Cinco de Mayo. Stay home, and don't forget to push that subscribe button and that bell at the top for notifications. And go ahead, give me a thumbs up. And happy Cinco de Mayo. See you guys tomorrow.